Welcome to Tackle Talk Live, a program full of insight and information related to bass tournaments with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. A show dedicated to making you a better bass fisherman with one-on-one interviews with winning anglers. Your host, Kevin Jean, Territory Manager for Sport Co-Marketing, who's no stranger to tournament success. An avid angler who understands how to compete at a high level. Daiwa and Camus Boats Pro Staffer, Steve Graff, a successful angler in his own right, who continues to pursue tournament-winning stringers. So, get ready to take notes from two knowledgeable anglers here on Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome to Tackle Talk Live. I'm Daiwa Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with Territory Manager for Sport Co-Marketing, Kevin Jean, down there in South Louisiana. And Kevin, it's been a little storm and a little raining here at Natchitoches right now, getting some good rain, been having some good little showers in the evening. I don't know about your neck of the woods, but down up here, it's been getting some good showers. We need them too.
Yeah, it's actually raining here right now also, Steve. And I was in Fort Worth yesterday and I had to fly back. I had to fly into New Orleans from Fort Worth, and it was raining in Fort Worth. I'm talking, it was hailing when I got to the airport, and it was pouring in New Orleans when I landed. So it's been raining everywhere and in between the whole time. So
a friend of mine, a former teammate of mine, we were on our state championship team in Texas together. He lives on the other side of Fort Worth in the cattle business, and he sent me some videos of the hail that's been going on out there. Mm-hmm. Dude, they've been getting smoked.
Yep.
The other side of Fort Worth. And so yeah, it's that time of year, you know, get a lot of these thunderstorms come through, and they can be pretty brutal. So, well, let's talk about today's guest. We got special guests coming on today. One of the winners of team McArdle and
Bensema.
McArdle and Bensema.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
They won Outlaws team championship, 2-day total 49.94. You know these guys?
I do, Steve. I know both of them, and very, very good fishermen, both of them. We've had Matt on the show before, and that's who we're going to have on the show today. Okay. Had 31.88 on day one, so that was 17, 18 pounds on day two, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, and looking at the weights, day one, were they
leading it on day one?
Yes, they were leading it. The same guys are in second, had 22.30 on day two. And there was a 20-pound bag in third. So weights were a little down. And they had 31 pounds. Let's see what it took 2 days. It took 28.47 to get a check for 15th place. So fishing was pretty tough. So to get a 31-pound bag, that's pretty impressive with what it looks like to be a couple of tough days on the water. It was hot. It was hot this past weekend, Steve.
Oh, I'm telling you the honest truth. Again, you just talked about, I was on Red River, and I got in one of them backwater pockets there, and it was all you could do to breathe. I mean, it was really that bad. And first I just thought it was me, but I talked to some other guys that were having the same issues.
No, it was hot.
It was hot. And so I never had a heat stroke or heat exhaustion. I'm not really sure what that is, but I'm just telling you guys, of course, I'm 65 years old now. I know I don't handle heat like I used to, but I'm still in pretty good shape. And I'm just like, something's not right. But anyway, make sure you pay attention to your body, drink plenty of water, which I was doing that too, but I didn't feel good when I got home that day. I felt bad for about 2 or 3 hours after I got home. And that heat will get you, man.
It will. It will. But, you know, Steve, back to it, Matt and Josh, like, it's going to be people are going to be paying attention to this one just because it was tough. And there's some stuff coming up on Sam Rayburn, some tournaments and stuff coming up. For it to be as tough as it was, and them guys to have, 31 right at 32 on day one, and 48.94 in 2 days. So it's going to be interesting. I have not talked to him. I have talked to him, but I have not talked to him about how they caught him. I'm going to bet it happened fast. It happened first thing in the morning, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
we'll see.
No, I think you're probably right, because now if it'd been raining all day or something like that, it'd be a little different.
No forward-facing sonar. So
no forward. That's right. Their whole circuit, they didn't have it.
Correct.
So I wonder if he'll stick with that. Does Clint said anything?
Yes.
He's going to stay with it. Well, good.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Also, coming up, we'll talk about this later in the show. Fishers of Men, Texas East, their final event is going to be this weekend on Toledo Bend. And then you got Triple T Championship coming up on Palestine. And I put this week, Kevin, I put on the lake levels, I put Palestine on there. I wanted to see just what I can tell you right now. I didn't realize it was 2.88 feet low at Palestine. That's going to make a difference on how many guys go west and how many don't, because you're in the mud up there at pool level anyway, much less when it's 2 feet low. Right. So that's going to put people mid-lake towards the dam. It's going to get crowded.
Yeah.
It's going to get crowded. There'll be some words exchanged over Palestine this weekend. So
yeah, I could see that.
But also, and I don't know if you know this young man, but Jack Story became the youngest angler to win All-American ever. And he had a 3-day total of 61.08 on Lake Murray, South Carolina. And so do you know this young man? Have you heard of him?
I don't know him. I've heard of him, yes, but I don't know him.
So congratulations to him, and job well done. And but looks like they had a good tournament there, and Lake Murray, South Carolina. Of course, it was what our buddy Nick LeBrun won. It was in Shreveport when it was on Cross Lake a few years ago, and that's a good tournament.
It's been more than a few years ago, Steve. That's going on.
How many do you think it's been? I'll say 5.
Oh no, it's been more than that. I got to V&M in 14. I bet it was 16 or so. It's 8 to 10 years. 8.
Has it really?
Yeah.
God, time flies by, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so but that's all I got for that's what we're going to talk about this week. You got anything else you want to throw in?
Yeah, I mean, we got the Fishers of Men Texas East Division this weekend on Toledo Bend.
Right.
So that'll be that'll be an interesting one there.
Yeah, it really will. Well, before we take our quick break, real quick, I want to let everybody make sure they understand ReynoldsToledoBend.com. I'm telling you guys, you got some holidays coming up. You got 4th of July. You got Labor Day, which Labor Day, I know my family, we're always going somewhere during Labor Day, whether it's Beavers Bend, Hot Springs. This year we're going Lake of the Pines. And but if you're looking for a place to rent for the holidays that are coming up, or maybe you're making a summer trip over there at Toledo Bend, ReynoldsToledoBend.com will save you some money, and it'll make so much easier for you to get a house or find a place that's perfect for you. You can kind of forget. I know I've rented houses all across the South with major companies, and I'm telling you, it can be a nightmare. But Dowden Associates have made it easier for you, especially if you're going to Toledo Bend. ReynoldsToledoBend.com. You can go on there, and if you tell them that you watch or heard about it on Tackle Talk Live, you're going to get 10% off your stay. So that's another reason to use ReynoldsToledoBend.com. And again, if you call Bo Dowden Realty, or when you sign up on the ReynoldsToledoBend.com website, and you tell them you want the 10% discount with Tackle Talk Live, you'll get it and save yourself some money. So again, that's ReynoldsToledoBend.com. All right, kid, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to have the man who will tell us exactly how they did it, Matt McArdle. And you're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
A good marine dealer is hard to find, but a great dealer is even harder. But in Iowa, Louisiana, there's a marine dealer that falls into the great category. Power Implements Marine, South Louisiana's go-to dealer for all things related to the boating industry. A Minn Kota, Garmin, and Mercury dealer, guaranteeing you first-rate service in both sales and repair. A great selection of new and used boats to choose from, including Skeeter, G3, Ranger, Camus, and Go Devil. A knowledgeable staff that will treat you like family and are always willing to go the extra mile to ensure you walk out a happy customer. To see everything they have to offer, go to powerimplements.com or stop by 606 East Miller Street in Iowa, Louisiana. Plus, mention Tackle Talk Live and save $500 off a new or pre-owned boat, or $50 off your first service ticket. Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Nothing is worse than being sick on your family or fishing getaway. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in the hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6 just south of Toledo Town, or call 318-508-5323. Very few stores are a complete one-stop shop, but Cypress Knee Outdoors is such a place. A store within a store. Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's Four-Way. Whether you need gas, food, drinks, or bait and tackle, they have it. Cypress Knee Outdoors carries top-name fishing brands like Strike King, Sandtone, Spro, and V&M. Crappie jigs from Bobby Garland. Need hunting gear? They have it. Ammunition from rifle to shotgun shells. Deer scents from Buck Wild and Doe and Heat. Deer stands from Titan and feeders from T-Hanger. Cypress Knee has it all. Located off I-49, exit 127, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. So stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors and let John Abram and his staff show you everything they have to offer. Or give them a call at 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live. Thank you for tuning us in today. This segment presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Shimano, Power Implements Marine, located right there in Iowa, Louisiana, and Lost Frontier Park, your number one place to stay at Toledo Bend, just across the Toledo Bend, Texas line. On the Texas side, as you cross Carice Creek, turn right after that, and you're in Lost Frontier Park. Great place, great restaurant, great facilities. Got a boat ramp in there that you don't have to worry about people breaking into your stuff. Just a great place to stay. So check it out, Lost Frontier Park, right there on the Texas side of Toledo Bend off Carice Creek. All right. On the Tackle Talk hotline, we've got Matt McCardle. Matt, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. Y'all doing all right today?
We're doing good. I guess the first question we kind of want to, and this time of year, and from my experience, practice doesn't always pay off because these fish get in a mode this time of year. They basically in that summer pattern, and sometimes practice is just a waste of time. I mean, how was y'all's practice? Are you seeing that or?
And you had an official, so this was the championship. So you had an official day of practice.
Yeah.
One official day, right, Matt?
Yeah, we actually had 2 official days of practice, Thursday and Friday. However, unfortunately, I was in the middle of a job site. So I didn't get to join in the official practice days.
At all.
So I got
what about Josh? Did Josh fish any?
No, because he wasn't even planning on showing up. He was planning on being on Conroe on Saturday, fishing a tournament there. Unless I did good enough on Saturday for him to show up on Sunday.
Wow. Huh.
Oh, so, I didn't realize that. So did he fish Saturday?
He did not. He fished Conroe. I was by myself Saturday.
He fished Conroe. What was he fishing on Conroe?
Just the Conroe weekend series. It's a team series that him and I were fishing too. So we just split up on this weekend.
So he went Saturday. So you caught 31.88 by yourself Saturday without practice.
Yes, sir.
So basically, I'm assuming the weekend before.
I did have 2 days on the water Memorial weekend. I was out there Sunday and Monday.
How was practice then?
It was really good. Sunday was the best day on the lake I've had all year. Was able to stumble across a little pattern, started running it a little bit, and started putting it together about 3 weeks ago and just expanded on that. And I just happened to I actually found that school of big fish Sunday afternoon. I stumbled across them doing what I was doing, and I went and checked on them Monday morning to see if they were there early in the morning too. And during practice, we can use forward-facing sonar. So I side scanned them and saw them there, and got on the trolling motor, looked at forward-facing sonar on the scout mode, and got up to where they were. And I saw 6 or 8 of the big ones sitting there. So I knew they were there in the mornings. I just didn't didn't know if they were going to stay there all week and if they were going to be found for the, during the other 2 days of practice.
Well, before we get off of that, I want to ask your opinion on that because I fished a circuit this year. You could use it in practice, but you couldn't use it on tournament day. Your thoughts on that? Did you like that? Is that something you think is what most tournaments should be doing now? And kind of, I don't know. I'm okay with it.
The ones that don't allow forward-face sonar, do you being able to use it in practice, or is that something y'all was able to use a lot in practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it helped me. I'm a very low tech kind of guy when it comes to fishing, so I don't know how to have all my graphs linked and all that stuff to share waypoints. So what I was able to do with the forward facing sonar is get right up on the spot and watch it go into the boat and then mark it on my front graph. So I knew exactly where that waypoint was.
Yeah.
So come tournament day, I could get lined up on that waypoint and sit back however far I needed to sit back to make that cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were marking where the fish actually were.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's
that's
how we used to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the weekend before practice. No practice on Thursday or Friday of the week of. So we jump right into it Saturday morning by yourself. Kind of take us through the day. I'm assuming we run straight back to that hole first thing Saturday morning.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, Thursday and Friday, I was nervous all day just at work, wondering if somebody had found that spot because it's in a pretty common area that's gotten a lot of attention the past few weeks. So, I mean, I was just nervous as could be, hoping nobody found that spot. I'm also fishing.
If I'm reading this right, your boat 54 out of 93 too. So
middle of the pack. There's a good chance somebody could have found them. Yeah.
Middle of the pack, slow boat. I was in my aluminum boat, so I don't go very fast in that thing. And so I was really, really worried that somebody was going to beat me there. And I had texted some buddies and told them if I got that spot, I felt like I could catch 20 to 25 pounds pretty quick that morning. But yeah, so we took off at 6 o'clock, and as I got closer to that spot, I could see it was open and there were no boats. There's one boat probably about a half a mile south of there. And I was ecstatic that I was able to get to that spot without anybody else beating me there or trying to get on it.
Now, we talking a 10-minute run, 20-minute run? I mean, how long?
Well, we got to figure out what kind of boat we're in. Wait a minute. Time out. You said aluminum boat.
Yeah, we're in a little 18-foot Express.
What are you doing in an 18-foot Express?
Yeah, well, typically when there's water in the lake, I can beat around in the bushes and trees and not have to worry about anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I see where we're going now. Okay. All right. So, you get to the spot. Did it go down?
It went down pretty good. I get there and I get lined up. My main lure was a big worm, but dragging a big worm, trying to find the exact spot was kind of tough. So I picked up a crankbait first thing. First cast, I had a little 2-pounder at the boat that came off, and second cast, I loaded up on a big one, and it just pulled off. There was nothing I could do. It took off, and I didn't have my drag loose enough. I hate throwing a crankbait, so I was just trying to find the cast I needed. I made 2 more casts with the crankbait. I caught a small keeper, and then I lost another one. I said, I'm putting it down. I'm done losing fish. So
how deep are you fishing right here?
It's about 6 to 8 feet.
Oh, okay.
Which is deep for me.
Is that a 5XD, 6XD?
It was I want to say a 6-inch 250.
Okay.
I'm not real versed on the crankbait lingo.
Yeah.
It was about that size, and it was a 6-inch bait. I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I picked up that big worm and started making that same cast. Kind of, I did it old school, like you mentioned. I had 2 buoys. When I pulled up to the spot, I threw 1 buoy out to give me, something to kind of go off of while I was there.
Yeah.
And then I had another buoy ready to go for when I started getting bit, so I could put the boat on the front on that buoy.
So you were looking for the sweet spot in the spot. I mean, there was one. Yeah.
We're gonna dive into this sweet spot a little bit more. I'm gonna let him finish his morning, but we're gonna dive into this sweet spot a little bit here.
But yeah, so I picked up that big worm, started dragging it, and I actually caught a couple small keepers. I had 3 fish in the boat for less than 6 pounds, and I was worried that the bigger ones moved off, and I was just going to catch some small ones. But then I finally did catch one, almost 5. So I was excited about that. The game plan was to catch 2 for about 10 to 12 pounds off of this spot, and then go run my other pattern and catch 3 more for 10 to 12 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I caught that 5-pounder, so I knew I had one. And then a few minutes later, I leaned into another one, and it ended up being a little over 8.5. And that's the biggest fish I've ever caught in a tournament. So I was a little nervous reeling that thing in. My partner makes fun of my net that I keep on the boat, but I keep it's a very small net, so I can move it around a little quicker. And that fish jumped airborne at the boat, and I caught it midair in the net, and the hook flew out.
Wow.
So I was very fortunate to get that fish in the boat, but I feel like with a bigger net, I wouldn't have been able to handle that net and catch that fish in the air like I did.
Right.
So I caught that fish. So I had a 5 and a 862, and then a limit of, just some limit fillers that were 14, 15 inches. About 30 minutes later, I'd caught a few more, but 30 minutes later, I caught another one, probably 6.5 pounds, dragging that spot. And then I fished for probably another 15 or 20 minutes without a bite. And I said, well, let me pick up a Carolina rig and see if I can, get another one to bite. And I fished that for about 5 minutes, and I finally had one pick it up, set the hook. It was another 8-pounder.
What did you throw on that Carolina rig?
I just had a Zoom baby brush hog.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got, okay, go ahead. I'm doing math.
You're good. I had the 5, 862, a 6.5, and then another one that was a little over 8 at that time.
Yeah. So you're at 27.
And then I had a 2.5-pounder in the boat too.
So 29 right now.
Yeah. So it was about 8 o'clock when I caught that last big one. And so I drug around for about 15 or 20 more minutes. Couldn't get another bite. I was actually joking with Josh at Conroe. I texted him. I said, I hope you got 30 pounds already, because I do.
Ooh. Ooh.
And
that's salt in the wound.
He texted me back. He said, BS. I sent him a picture of my live well.
And in an 18-foot express with 30 pounds.
So that goes back to the previous question. If I was fishing any BFLs, after putting 33 pounds in that live well, there's no putting co-English fish in that live well. I was concerned about putting, typically I can catch 20 pounds or so out there, when the lake's normal.
Right.
And I was concerned about putting 20 pounds in there with co-English fish. So I just opted not to fish BFLs. And after seeing those fish in that live well, it was clear that there's no room for 10 fish.
So 29 pounds with a 2-pounder, it means you had to catch a 4 later on in the day, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I left that spot about 9 o'clock.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you trying to get off that spot and say, I'm saving this for tomorrow now? Or
no, because
you're trying to milk it.
Yeah, I had 10 or 12 spots similar to this. Not that had the big ones on it, but that set up similar to this.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I didn't know if anybody was going to come hit that spot later in the day. So I was going to try to catch my 5 big ones off of it and then save everything else for the day too.
Mm-hmm.
But I fished it for about another 30 to 45 minutes without a bite. And about 9 o'clock, I rolled out of there and I went to my second spot. And I told myself, look, I just need one more solid fish, and I'm going to just idle around and practice the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I pulled up to that spot, and on my second cast, I caught another 5.5-pounder. And called that 2.5. And at that point, when I put that 5.5-pounder in my live well, and I saw the fish stacked in there, they weren't able to move in that little live well.
And what time is it?
9:20.
Oh, you got a long day to go.
A long way to go. So,
Steve, but Clinton will start weighing at noon. Is it noon?
At noon, yes.
Yeah.
Look, that's a long 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's still a long time.
So my game plan after that, at 9:20, my fish were fresh. They were healthy. I had my aerator running nonstop. I had my recirc pump running nonstop, and I had a Mr. Bubbles battery-powered aerator in my well running nonstop, as well as some ice. I was planning on just idling around the rest of the day, looking for some similar things in different areas of the lake.
So you were babysitting the rest of the day.
Yeah. So I pulled up to one area to idle around and kind of looked in the live well and saw one of the fish already acting funny. So I already knew Clint didn't open the scales till noon. I went to Twin Dykes and sat in a boat slip in the shade and just bought ice from the little tackle or from the floating dock there. Bought a bag of ice trying to keep the fish cool. And I just babysat those fish for the next 2.5 hours. Ended up still losing the smallest one, unfortunately. Uh, but that was my main goal, just trying to take care of those fish.
Yeah.
But I knew they weren't that they weren't supposed to be in that small of a live well.
Exactly.
So before we jump into day two, day one, you catch that bag. You're thinking, especially with the guys fishing this thing, you're thinking, I might be up there. I'm going to be up there, but there's going to be a lot. Dude, there was 2 other bags over 20 pounds.
Yeah.
What's your thought process once this is over with? I mean, you're feeling good, but you also got to be nervous too that it was that tough on everybody else.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. Obviously, I knew I had a good day. I didn't know what everybody else was going to bring in based off my one practice or the 2 practice days I had the previous weekend. And this day, I thought the lake was on fire. That was 3 of my best days on the lake all year. And so I just thought everybody was going to catch them. So I was a little concerned. And when I saw the weight start coming in, I was sitting there and there's big names coming across the stage and it's just 12 pounds, 13 pounds, 12, 11, 10, 13. I'm just like, what's going on? So, I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting a couple mid to high 20s, probably another 30 come in. These guys are the best of the best on Rayburn.
Yeah, exactly. There's some hammers over there in that circuit.
So Josh is now driving to Sam Rayburn.
Well, so I actually texted him because, I didn't want him to come up and just drive up to fish a day and go home. So I said, hey, man, we already talked about splitting the entries and then splitting the winnings. And I said, don't worry about this. I got this, because I'm old school. Josh is more of a new school kind of fisherman. He has spot lock. I don't even have spot lock on the trolling motor. I got a cable steer trolling motor, a 4Trex. So, it's just a different style of fishing. I like the old school aspect of it, and I wanted to kind of keep that. And also, at that point, Josh actually found fish in this area back in February, so it kind of led me to this area. So he did have some input on it. But at that point, I had caught 33 pounds the first day. I didn't want that was my tournament to lose at that point. I didn't want him to come out there and, start putting other ideas in my head and me do something different than my original plan.
Right. But didn't you also start thinking, okay, that small live well put a lot of pressure on my fish. Did you have the option for a bigger boat that you could have brought in and used for the second day?
Yes, and I also had the option of Humminbird 360 on his boat too, and a faster boat.
Yeah, but didn't tell you stayed in aluminum.
Okay,
wanted to win an aluminum boat.
Wow.
So did he fish?
Yeah, he texted me at 7:00 saying that 7 p.m. Saturday evening, saying he really wanted to come help. And even if it was just to net the fish. So I said, yeah, man, come on. So he drove up and hopped in the boat the next day with me.
Yeah.
Because I had a pretty good secondary pattern that I was fairly certain I could go catch 17 to 20 pounds a day on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let's jump in. Day two. Did they reverse the boat order, or how did we go out on day two?
So the boat order, they did reverse the boat order. However, the top 10 in points for the season went out first both days.
Gotcha.
And being boat 54, you're kind of still middle of the pack.
I was still middle of the pack. I was boat 48 the second day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're taking off. We're feeling good. We're feeling confident. Got a very good lead. Soon ran straight back to the same spot. You was able to get back on it?
Yeah, able to get back on it. And that's what I didn't know from day one. I didn't know if anybody else showed up and tried to fish that later in the day.
Were people around you when you caught them there?
There was one team about 400 to 600 yards south of me.
Yeah.
That was the only other competitor that was in the area. And they actually relocated on day 2 a little bit closer to me. But yeah, we pulled up there first thing, and I mean, as soon as we pulled up, got lined up, started casting big worms out there, and we started catching fish immediately. I mean, we had 3 keepers probably in our first 3 casts, just a couple 2-pounders and a 3-pounder. And we sat there and drug after that, and just never could get a bigger bite. You know, there wasn't many of them there. There was only a handful of them there when I saw them in practice. And obviously, if you catch them and haul them to Humphreys, you're not going to catch them there again the next day.
Yeah. Well, man, I know some guys that also they on the 2-day deal, they'll paint their buoys black and they'll leave them out there. Hopefully, nobody sees them. Did you leave your buoys or did you pull them all in?
No, I pulled them all in. I was fairly confident with the way I had it set up. You know, I had a waypoint where the boat needed to sit, and I had a waypoint where the fish were.
Right.
And then having the 2 buoys to throw out to kind of mark my position. I grew up fishing that way, so I was fairly confident that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
So continue taking us through the day. Where are we at here?
So we had 3 for about 7 pounds, which we didn't know it at the time. That was enough to win the tournament. So started running some of my other patterns. Had some shallow stuff. I say shallow. I mean, we were already fishing 6 to 8 foot, but I had some shallow stuff from 6 inches to 2 foot. And we ran that, throwing a swim jig and a frog, and actually lost a few key fish, probably 3 to 4 pounders. And so we just kind of covering water at that point. I ended up catching a 4-pounder on a swim jig. Josh caught a 4-pounder on a frog, and I had another 4-pounder that was swimming up to my swim jig, and a gar came out and ate it right in front of that fish, and then the fish took off. So that was pretty heartbreaking at that time because we didn't know, what we needed to win. Just know we needed that 4-pounder.
Yeah.
So we ended up having a couple 4-pounders, a 3-pounder, and a couple 2 1/4 pounders or so. About midday, we decided to go back to where we started to see if any more fish pulled up on that spot, and ended up catching a 5-pounder. And that one right there, when we caught that, kind of knew, hey, we sealed the deal with that.
Yeah. It felt good going in.
Yeah, I knew we had about 18 pounds at that point. The problem was the 3-pounder we had in our live well was not looking good. I took a 1-pound penalty the day before, and we still had about an hour and a half left of the day. So I thought I had one more shallow area we were going to after that spot. I thought I could catch a couple more 3-pounders in that area and get rid of my 2 1/2-pounders.
So you had an 8 or 9 pound lead going into day 2?
Yeah, 9 1/2-pound lead.
9 1/2? No. Wow.
Yeah, so I had to throw a 3-pounder back because it was dying, and I had 2 fish smaller than that one in the box.
Yeah.
So that was a little unsettling, but especially when I went to my last shallow area and didn't get bit.
Well, and you're on Sam Rayburn. Somebody could have caught 31 just like you did the day before.
Absolutely.
And so you never feel safe on Rayburn.
No. And it turned out day 2 actually was tougher than day 1 for everybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Looking at the weights, that's what it looks like. All right. I'm gonna poke and prod a little bit here on this spot thing, and you tell me to shut up or tell me I'm not giving you any more information. But 6 to 8 foot, are we talking some kind of hard spot? Is 6 to 8 foot on top, or is it, you understand what I'm saying? Like, is this some kind of hump or something that's on top, or is this a long point or a flat, or just kind of give me a little bit here?
Yeah, it's just kind of on a drain leading into a flat. Gotcha. Just a hard spot on the side of the drain leading into a flat.
I got you. Okay. All right. A lot of standing timber or anything around?
Yeah, there's some stumps around them.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
What worm were you throwing?
Zoom old monster, red bug. I mean, typical this time of year.
Yeah. Old staple. You can't beat that.
Yeah, like I said, I like fishing old school, and that just added to it.
You didn't throw a jig at all?
No, sir.
Wow. Didn't need to.
Didn't need to,
Yeah, I mean, catch all 32 pounds on a worm on day 1 and a Carolina rig. You're throwing that on day 2 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, man, congratulations. I mean, y'all still won by 10 pounds. I mean, you had a big 9 pound lead, you still won by 10 pounds. I didn't see Rayburn being this tough, this coming
Me neither.
weekend, and the wind wasn't bad, was it?
No, the wind
Yeah.
wind was it blew a little bit in the morning,
Yeah.
but I say a little bit, like maybe 5 to 7.
Yeah.
And midday it calmed down and got hot.
Well,
Yeah.
just overall, Matt, not based off what you caught, but overall as a tournament, how is Rayburn fishing right now? Is it pretty tough over there right now?
For him or for everybody else?
No, I said excluding him. I said how is the fishing for the rest? The lake fishing overall.
Man, I don't think it's that great right now.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking to the guys I talked to, and the guys I know around there, it was a tough weekend.
When you got that many bags coming in less than 15 pounds on Rayburn, that's unusual.
And going into that tournament, I thought I had a chance to catch 18 to 20 a day.
Yeah.
Without that spot. It turned out we caught enough on that one spot to win the tournament. So I mean, that was, without that, I'm looking, maybe mid 30s on my way without that spot. I mean, I don't know what I would have had on day one, but I had a pretty solid pattern going to catch, high teens each day.
Yeah.
You said you was going to fish Father's Day tournament coming up. The Outlaw Outdoors puts on. Any chance they're hanging around for that one too, you think?
Yeah, I think they might be in the area as long as I can keep some people off of it and nobody else finds it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Good deal.
All right. Well, Matt, congrats to you guys, man. Congrats to you and Josh.
Good job.
I know we had you on a couple years ago and been itching to get you back on. Finally got you a win and got you back on, man. Congratulations. And hopefully we'll do it again.
Absolutely. Hopefully soon. Can I give a shout out right quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have a sponsor that pays all my entry fees, Walton Roofing. They do commercial and residential roofing. And based off of my performance throughout the year, they actually donate. So they pay my entries, but then based on my performance, they'll donate money to Texas High School Bass Association. Last year, we donated $2,000 to Texas High School Bass Association, and we're going to be doing that again this year.
That's good.
So
Good cause.
I want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
for
deal.
sure. For
All
sure.
right. Hey,
Good deal,
man.
Matt. Man, good luck in a couple of weekends. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a video of my live well.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I want to share that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
man.
Matt. All right. Well, hey, there we got it, Kev. I mean, he didn't hold nothing back. He pretty much told us, other than giving us GPS coordinates, he pretty much said it
No,
all.
he laid it out there. I knew he would for the most part. We were right in thinking it happened a little early, but it was day 2. He catches a 5-pounder later in the day there. He didn't really need it. It sounds like the fish might have been there a lot throughout the day. 6 to 8 foot. I didn't see that. I didn't have that one on my bingo card, Steve.
Yeah.
6 to 8 foot. I figured it was either going to be up there a little shallow or it was going to be out there deep.
Well, if I'd have been him, my nervous part would have been putting that kind of weight in that small live well.
18
that would have made me
aluminum
nervous.
Boat. Yeah.
That would have got my attention real quick. I'd have wanted to weigh them suckers in as quick as I could.
Yeah.
And which he did. He babysat them, and he said he lost a 2-pounder on day 1. But anyway, so but yeah. Okay, we're gonna take another quick break. We come back, we'll give you the the final results of the Outlaw Team Series Championship. And we've also got Fishers of Men. We'll preview that. Texas East coming up on Toledo Bend. How's that going to shake out? Toledo Bend going to be on fire again, or kind of cooled off a little bit? We also got lake level reports. We'll talk about the Texas Team Champion, the Triple T coming up on Palestine. Got a little low water situation there that changes Palestine completely. So, but we'll talk about all that and more when we return with more Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local fishing guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guide for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. 2 locations to serve you in both Nacogdoches and Bravos, Texas. Or give him a call at 936-205-4467. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back. Our final segment. This segment presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Shimano, Power Implements Marine, and Iowa, Louisiana. And if you walk in the door there, Kev, all you got to do is do one thing to get a little discount. What is it?
All right, tell them you heard about it on Tackle Talk Live, or the Tackle Talk Live guys sent you by there. You can get $500 off the purchase of any new or used boat, or $50 off your service ticket. So you need to go by, make sure, let them know the guys Tackle Talk Live sent you. Oh, and check out new Vexus dealer as well. Skeeter, Camus on in the lots there, but got some new Vexus, got aluminum and fiberglass in the Vexus boats. Lexus.
Good deal.
Vexus.
Good deal. Yeah, Vexus. We also Lost Frontier Park, Toledo Bend. If you're looking for a place to stay, great restaurant, check them out. RentalsToledoBend.com. I'm telling you guys, if you're getting ready to plan for Labor Day or 4th of July or a weekend getaway at Toledo Bend, go through RentalsToledoBend.com. It's worth your time and effort. You'll get 10% off your next house rental if you tell them, hey, heard about it on Tackle Talk Live. That's all you got to do is mention Tackle Talk Live to get that 10% discount. And again, they got a great selection of houses. It's through Dowden and Associates Realty. They're offering you a better option for rentals on Toledo Bend. It's called RentalsToledoBend.com, and have a few fewer fees than other companies. And but again, check them out. Also, you can save yourself some money with our 10% discount. Again, RentalsToledoBend.com. Check it out. All right,
Steve, Matt just sent me the video of his live well with the 3188 in it.
I want you to forward that.
You couldn't fit a penny.
Really?
In this live well.
I want you to send that to me later.
I'm going to send it. We're going to post it on our page as well.
Okay. All right. Outlaw Team Series results real quick while Kevin's working on that. Of course, Matt McArdle and Josh Bensema. They won it with 49.94. Second place was Andrew Golden, Cole Stewart. They came in with 38.66. Now, what should have been second place was Christopher Stevens and Thomas Winslow. They had a two-pound dead fish penalty that knocked them down to 37.53. Otherwise, they would have come in second instead of third.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Let's
see
here.
$500, so it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad a hit. Christopher Stevens, Thomas Winslow were third with 39. Yeah, I just said that, 39.53. Richie Thornton, Travis Moore were fourth with 35.57. Charles Goringer and Don Isles, that's Danny Isles' dad, they came in fifth with 35.35. Doug Posey, Dakota Posey, sixth with 33.03. Braden Mercer, Blake Kane, they were seventh with 32.61. Eighth place, Anthony Wagasback and Jimmy Lloyd, they came in with 32.97. And Shane Spence, Chase Griffin were ninth with 33.37. And our good friend, good buddy of both of ours, Clayton Bullware, Mark Martin, not the race car driver, they were 10th with 30.51. So congratulations to all those guys.
And like we said, Steve, it paid 15 places. It took 28.47 to get a check. Would not have thought that. But it got tough. I mean, it was hot. Wind, it blew a little bit, but not a whole lot. So it was tough.
That's basically 14 and a half pounds a day, basically. Yeah. Is all you needed to get a check.
A little over 14 a day.
And but anyway, and again, I want to thank Stacy and Clint. They just do such a great job with this. And that's why they have the turnout. I've always said, Kevin,
93 boats.
Yeah, guys don't just follow circus because of the circuit. They follow it because of the people that are running it. And Clinton Stacy, my hat's off to y'all. I just think y'all are first class. I think you do a wonderful job, and keep up the good work because y'all are doing it the right way. And the guys respect y'all tremendously.
Yeah.
So,
Fishermen, East Texas Division, last tournament of the series, Steve, this weekend at Toledo Bend.
Yeah. And that's not a championship, right? That's just a regular
No, it's
tournament.
the last regular season event. So it's
what are you hearing on Toledo Bend right now?
It's tough. It was a little tough last weekend as well. But I think this it's gonna rain this weekend though, huh?
Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to rain every day for the next 10 days.
That could get interesting. In which Toledo is 10-day gain was 3.36 inches. Well, I know we're going to talk about later. It's at 169.81.
Yeah,
it's going to get up there around that 170 mark, Steve. So I could,
which is good for summer. That's good. That's good summer water.
Yeah, I could see them catching them this weekend. I could see them catching them a little bit.
Yeah. Right, and I'm trying to think what moon phase we're in right now. I think we're into the half moon, so I don't think we're into the new moon yet. But
Steve, real quick, our producer has the live well video. We're going to show it real quick because this is a must see, right? Look at this.
Go check this out.
Look at this.
Oh my!
You can't fit a penny in that live well.
No.
So yeah, he was, and and to have they had Josh's boat to go out on day 2, and they still went out in the 18-foot express because Matt wanted to be comfortable, and he wanted to do it his way, and they did it his way. That's for sure. So hats off to them and that, and keeping those fish alive. He only lost one on day 1 with those conditions. So hats off to him for that for sure. Yeah. So,
good job.
But yeah, Steve, big weekend on Toledo Bend. Last Texas Team Trail. Last Texas East Fishermen tournament. Texas Team Trail coming up on Lake Palestine. You know a little bit more about Palestine. I've been on there a couple times.
Yeah.
You know a little bit more about it than I do, and it's a little low, Steve.
I've never won there, but I've had several top 10s there. I like that place. And I'm a boat dock guy, but I do know this. If that west end is available and it's not too shallow and guys can get up there, that's where it'll be won. But with it being 2.88 feet low, if it was me going over there right now, knowing how I know the lake, there's some good offshore spots mid-lake from where the boat launch is, mid-lake all the way back to the dam. There's still some good offshore spots that'll be worked over pretty good. And but boat docks will probably come into play on this particular event, especially if that west end is not conducive to guys getting up there and fishing. And that's another place, Kev. You better be careful if you're up there on that west end because you can tear something up in a heartbeat up there. It's not marked. It's hard to even navigate when it is up, much less when it's low. And but if that end don't come into play, that'll be an interesting. I tell you what it does. It levels the playing field.
Right.
If they can't go to the west end, those hammers that know that place, that's where they want to go. If they can't get up there, it's a different dynamic. That lake becomes totally different. And so.
And as we was talking to Matt a while ago, June 20th, the Outlaw Outdoors Father's Day tournament coming up on June 20th. Kind of rounds out June for us for the local tournaments that I have, information I have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's you want to talk about hot, Steve? MLF Toyota Series Southwest Division, Arkansas River, June 11th through the 13th.
Yeah, our good buddy Walt Stevens is going up there for that, and he knows it's going to be a tough deal.
Ooh.
Going to be hot, and and of course BASS was there about a month ago, and the fishing was really good.
Yeah,
I don't look for it to be that good when they go up there this time. This will be a different dynamic, different lake.
Steve, one thing I wish we would have talked to Matt about is, Sam Rayburn, and I'll kind of start going to our lake levels here. It's had a 10-day gain of 2.04 feet, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's still 8 foot low, Steve, and Toledo Bend came up
2.04 inches.
I'm sorry, inches.
Yeah.
I said
2.04
inches. Toledo Bend came up 3.3 inches. It's came up almost an inch and a half more than Sam Rayburn. Sam Rayburn is still 8 foot low. And we've had a lot of rain, Steve, and it's still 8 foot low.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if are they leaving the gates open there? I mean, I know Toledo Bend, obviously they had 0.72 loss, 24-hour loss. So they're generating. Yeah. But Rayburn, I can't imagine them wanting to run any water right now through that place. And I'm sure people are ready for the lake to come back up. Even if you're recreational boaters, you want the lake.
That's tough because we've had a lot of rain the past month, and that thing's only 10-day game was only 2 inches. That's tough, Steve.
That was a little surprising to me as well. And Fork's even 2 feet down. It's 2.0 feet, right at 2 feet low right now. And they're showing a 10-day loss of 0.24 inches. So I don't know. I guess maybe these storms are missing them. I think
Fork's generating too.
But I know here at my house in the last week and a half, we've had 6 inches of rain.
Yeah.
6 inches.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we've had
Forks,
a lot of rain.
I think
here.
Fork and Toledo Bend are both letting it out.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if Sam Rayburn was. But anyway.
Yeah. What else was I going to ask you about? Oh, Toledo Bend Restoration Program. I had Villas Dowden on hooking up and tracking down today. And he went over the restoration program. They're putting eelgrass out in different places, especially around the Greek Creek and North Toledo Bend State Park. So that's good to see. Of course, you're going to hear all the negativity from people like, well, if y'all wasn't killing everything with spraying, then you wouldn't have to restore it. Well, come on, y'all. Give me a break. They're being very productive, and they're working their butts off trying to create good habitat again. And this restoration program has gone really well so far. So if you see those guys out there doing it, man, thank them for doing it.
I'm all about getting more vegetation in the water. I'm all about that.
Yeah, exactly. And but anyway, so that's what's going on in Toledo Bend as well. If you see people out there doing that around the shore, you'll know what they're doing. And and we talked about the level of the lake, how important that is to get grass back up. The problem at Toledo Bend, especially when you get north of 1215, I always wondered, in talking to guys like Glenn Freeman, who have fished on that Converse end all their life. Well, used to Converse, the ridges at Converse, boy, you used to hear about the ridges at Converse. Well, they had grass on them. Well, when the lake went way down around 2015, I think, Glenn told me all those ridges got dry and they leveled off. The wind just leveled them off. So now it's just a big flat. There are no ridges anymore. The problem and then people are like, why ain't the grass growing back up there? Well, the lake stays muddy up there all the time now. So the light can't penetrate to the bottom to generate that grass to grow. That's the problem on North Toledo Bend. That's why you're not seeing the grass at all. The sediment in the lake is older, guys. The lake has gotten older. And plus, now one thing I'm seeing, Kevin, I want to commend these logging companies that are doing this. As I'm fishing around Toledo Bend, I'm seeing barriers being put up around the lake where they're clear cutting or thinning or whatever to keep that sediment from running off into the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell them, I don't know if that's required or if they're just doing that on their own, but I want them to know we appreciate that as anglers because that keeps that water clean and clear around those sites that they're doing that clear cutting. And it makes a difference. And but anyway.
I agree.
All right.
I think that does it for today, Steve.
Yeah, I'm about talked out. So, but anyway, hey, we appreciate y'all tuning us in. We really, and do us a favor. When you go into the places that are sponsoring us, just tell them, hey, you watch us on Tackle Talk. Just let them know that they're being seen, that hey, the guys are promoting y'all. Y'all do a great job. Thank them for promoting Hooking Up and Tackle Talk Live. Excuse me. Thank them for promoting Tackle Talk. We do appreciate it. And it just helps us out and helps the sponsor realize they're getting some bang for their buck. So, but we do appreciate it. And again, that's all we got. We appreciate you tuning us in. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, however way you listen to a podcast. If you'd like to become a member of our sponsorship team, please message us on our Facebook page, and Kevin will send you a detailed packet immediately. For Kevin Jean, yours truly, Steve Graff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.